Hey, honeys. Welcome back to Life's Question Mark podcast here. This is a podcast where you never know what will be happening next. Heck, I never even know what's going to happen sometimes until it is happening. I'm your host that is always keeping you on your toes and such a question mark of a person, Heather Donovan. So I haven't been podcasting in a while, obviously, because well, I've been really busy lately and been doing a lot of stuff, and today's not the day to share my life crap. It happens. I will come around to a point where I'm in a good spot to share. But anyway, let's get into some TV talks. First off, I don't recall if I talked about this or not. But if I did, oh well, I guess I'm talking about it again. Actually, no, I don't think I did talk about it. So I think we're in the clear. Anyway, for a birthday present, Hulu gave me a great gift. They put back on Pretty Little Liars, and let me tell you, I am thriving on it when I can, of course, watch it. Again, I forgot a lot of stuff happened here. Like, for example, I forgot that Spencer also did pot for a minute there, too. Which, I mean, of course it's obvious when she had an Adderall addiction, so I mean, kind of a given. And then the Toby Spencer breakup, forgot that happened when he accidentally took her pot gummies that she didn't realize the girl put in there. And how Allie became a teacher. Just her being the main mean girl and all that stuff. And how ironic was it that the show had her teach in Mr. Fitz's classroom. How ironic is all that? Like, how they put it together and stuff. Very smart of the show people to put that together. And, oh my god, my heart broke for this. But I guess they kind of set it up a season back ago, I can't remember. That Emily's dad died in season 6 when they all became adults and stuff. Ugh, how heartbreaking is that? But he did have a lot of heart issues and stuff. I mean, I get it. So, I mean, anyway, just had to share that little tidbit. So I'm back to watching it when I can, which honestly hasn't been too often. Great time in my life. And in some other talks, Grey's Anatomy is finally ending with this final season coming up. And I hear that they're bringing back characters like Alex, Dr. Robbins, Christina's character, just a whole bunch of characters, and I am here for it. But let me tell you, I am glad that series finally ended because I feel like the show is just dragging. All the original characters have been gone for a very long time now. And of course, Dr. Weber is gonna be there forever. I mean, come on. And so is Miranda Bailey. So, I mean, of course they're still gonna be there till the end. But last season, Meredith left. And you know, they should have left the show a couple of years ago. They should have just let it be. And I'm sorry if you're Grey's Anatomy fans, but I mean, not sorry. They kind of did just about everything to an extent. Another one that's ending in its final season coming up, and honestly, I am sad about this one. It's Station 19. And honestly, I am not sure why they're ending the show at all, period. Like, they could have still kept all the Grey's Anatomy characters in it, like Maggie Pierce and... Wait, isn't she gone? Well, maybe not Maggie then. Like Miranda Bailey, those kind of people. They could have still kept the show going. And they have not done everything. And I really like that. It could have really taken its place over Grey's Anatomy, but I guess it's not my call. And then I should have reported on this a while ago. I did not, though. It's fine. But apparently Archer series finale was a long time ago, too. Actually over a summer. And by the way it ended, the agency got shut down or they got denied the fundings or whatever. I can't remember what happened with that. But actually, I am going to look this up live on Google because I have a prediction. And my prediction is that Archer is going to have another spin-off type series. What I mean by that is the Archer series isn't totally going to be gone. They're just going to move on to something else. Maybe not the agency for the government or something, but something else. But I am going to look that up right now to see what kind of future they could have going on for Archer, because I don't think it's done. I called it, honeys, on Google. And it says that it'll be streaming on Netflix beginning on about May 13, 2024. Who knows if that's really going to happen now with the date because of strike. I don't know. I'm just doing basic quick research here. With the series coming in later this year, fans looking forward to check out the new series on Netflix, which will get the full experience when it turns to the streaming service. So there we have it. I was right in the sense that they do have another plan going on with the series. And no, I did not check that up before live. I've actually meant to talk about it sooner, but I kept forgetting, or the episodes are too long, whatever else. So it's fine. It's great. We finally talked about it, got my prediction over it, and that kind of thing. And just like in the New Year's affirmation episodes, which of course I hope you know what the main topic is with love affirmations in the title here. So, I mean, I kind of hope you guys know what's coming. So, it's going to be the same type of thing again. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds somewhere to do this. Please do this with a clear, empty, open mind, as this will be the most effective way to do this exercise. Make sure you're doing any activities that will take any focus away, such as driving. Please just pause this episode now and come back to it later. And of course, instead of it being New Year's affirmation, it's love love affirmations, obviously. So because we just had Valentine's Day, I was supposed to have this come out on February 8th, right before Valentine's Day. Oopsies. But we're still in February. It's fine. We're catching up to it. There's a reason why I'm still doing this episode, but a couple of reasons. So we're still going forward. And no, it's not just about relationships for love affirmation. We are also talking about like self-love, that kind of thing. Generalized love affirmations. Anyways, I will also give you guys a few seconds between affirmations to repeat after me, but please also pause and play as needed. Take all the time that you need and do not rush this process. Take it at your own pace, of course. I will start as soon as I hit those two pans together that I was talking about. So same thing as last time. If you need to pause the episode at all and take a minute to laugh, that is perfectly fine. Please do so to get the full effect of this. And now, let's begin. I am attracting loving energy and vibes. I am worthy of love. I am lovable. I embody love. I accept my awesomeness. I am enough. I am courageous and strong. I am capable of anything and everything. I am confident. I am kind. I am powerful. I am unique. I am a unique thinker. I am very talented. I love myself unconditionally. I love myself deeply. I love my personality. I love my body. I love my physical appearance. I take care of my body. I take care of myself. I am grateful for my body. I will cherish my body and my soul. I appreciate myself. I am beautiful. I will put my own needs before others to be the best version of myself that I am. I will nourish and take care of myself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I deserve love. I am deserving of happiness. I attract more love every day. I believe in love. I believe that I have love. I believe that all love will and is coming to me. I am letting love into my life. I am in love with myself. I will love myself first. Nothing matters more than love. I deserve fulfilling relationships. I attract amazing people to my life. I am manifesting my person who is my twin flame and soulmate. My person who I am manifesting is coming. I will love again. My partner loves me deeply. My person whom is my twin flame and soulmate loves me so much than I think and believe that they do. I have everything that I need. I deserve everything that I desire. I am a work in progress. I am at peace with myself. I deserve the best for myself. I am so proud of who I am becoming, what I have accomplished, and what I will accomplish in the future. Now I will be doing today's tarot card reading for you guys. Today's tarot card reading will be a love reading, and it could be a self-love reading, a partner reading, whatever one. But whatever one I feel like my spirit guides are telling me. So I will now be doing my thing with the tarot cards and moving the deck around. And now I'll be doing my thing with the deck, my routine with it before I shuffle the deck. And then I will pull a tarot card and I will tell you what the card means. And then I will do a tarot card prediction and interpretation of the reading. And we will go from there. So let's see. Hey, Spirit Guide, what will be coming up love related in my listeners and supporters' futures? So this is interesting. I actually have two tarot cards that pulled out of the deck. And normally I wouldn't do this, but I guess we're going to do both tarot card meetings. So you guys are getting a special in this bonus episode. So feel honored, guys. So for the first one, we have the Moon reversed. The moon reverse indicates that you have been dealing with illusion, fears, and anxiety, and now the negative influences of these energies are subsiding. You are working through your fears and anxieties, understanding the impact they have on your life and how they can free yourself from such limiting beliefs. This is truly liberating and transformational experience. You may try to bury these feelings even deeper within your subconscious so that you can avoid your dark shadows. You may not be ready to face your emotions, pushing them to the side and pretending as if nothing is wrong. This strategy may not work in the short term, but eventually you will need to resurface these emotions and deal with them head on. The moon reverse can also show that you are receiving intuitive messages, psychic downloads that you are struggling to understand and what they mean for you. The message may be confusing or interpretation differs from what you read elsewhere. When the moon is reversed, you are being called to listen to your inner voice and not the voice of someone else. Trust that the answers you need are already within you. Tune into these inner guidance systems to hear those answers. Pay attention to your dreams and keep a dream diary because this is how many of your subconscious memories will be relayed to you. If you're still stuck, record these messages that you received and come back to them later when you have more clarity. So that's one. And there's a reason why I'm doing both of these tarot card messages because I believe that both these tarot cards are going to give me the precise reading that the spirit guide wants me to give you guys. And because that first one wouldn't have really made much sense. The next one is X of Wands, which X means 10, so 10 of Wands upright. The 10 of Wands notes that you are taking an extra burden, a heavier workload, or a greater responsibility even though it is weighing you down and making things tougher for you. You understand it's only temporary and you are willing to push in the hard work now to accompany your goal and reap the rewards later. Sometimes the 10 of Wands appears when you are unconsciously taking on extra responsibility and find yourself feeling weighed down, exhausted, and burned out. You may try to do everything at once even though you know it is adding extra pressure to your daily life. The 10 of Wands asks you to stop and examine your current lifestyle or work. Assess which activities or tasks are urgent or unimportant, particularly concerning your broader goals. You may need to use various time management or prioritization methods to determine where best to spend your time and which task you can drop. Your goal needs to be higher efficiency while also freeing yourself to rest and relaxation when you need it. The good news is that the 10 in the tarot represents completion of a cycle, and with the 10 of Wands, the end is in sight. You've been pushing yourself to limits and working very hard towards your goal. Now you are taking those final steps on the path to realizing your dreams. Sure, you might collapse in a heap of exhaustion when you get there, but you know it will be all worth it and well earned. The 10 of Wands can also show that with achievement of your goals, significant responsibilities and commitments come with it. When you reach a point of completion, you become snarkily aware that you must now carry on with the duties that you have laid out for yourself to ensure ongoing success. The trouble is, however, that these responsibilities may be too much to bear and you are struggling to let go. It is like the business owner who creates a flourishing business but is unprepared to delegate some of his or her responsibilities to staff and ends up working 70 to 80 hours a week. The inspiration and creativity that came with the initial goal or vision disappear and everything becomes all hard work all too quickly. Thus, it is essential to let go and delegate some of your responsibilities to free you up and still enjoy life. Alright, so the first thing I am seeing is that some of you are in a really complicated relationship, or may I even say toxic or abusive relationship, and you just have to come to terms that it is not working and you deserve better and you really need to become and be in your higher self, so to speak. And this cycle is coming to an end. You need to release your feelers and step away and step down from these toxic and abusive relationships. And then after that, it'll take some hard work for you to get off the ground again. But then you'll be rewarded somehow. Like you'll get into a better career, or you'll come into more money, or who knows, maybe even a better relationship will come up. Who knows? But that is basically what I'm seeing. At first I thought I saw something else, like actually maybe, but I don't know. The other side of the coin I am seeing is that maybe you are in a different kind of cycle, like you are in a negative cycle, like financially like the rest of the world with the economy, or just you're stuck at work or whatever. And yes, I'll get into how this will work with your love life in a second. But maybe you need to release your fear and get out of that tough situation, like get out of that tough job or work hard to find another way around it, or I don't know, something like that. But eventually, once you complete this cycle of finding your way out of this negative thought or burden, whatever it is, then you can find the love of your life, or the person who you were meant to be with, your twin flame or your soulmate. But that is just what I am seeing basic. But I really do lean more is towards the first one though. At first I thought it was a little bit of the second one I was getting, but I just don't see the second interpretation or prediction coming as one. Few of you, yes, but majority of you, I'm sorry to say, it'll be the first. And it sucks that a lot of you were in toxic/abusive relationships, and I am really sorry about that, and I hope you find healing and get yourself out of there and find your way to safety. So that's it for today's episode. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and tell your favorite stranger about the podcast. You can also follow and converse with the podcast and other listeners of the podcast by following the podcast social media pages. The Facebook page is Life is a Podcast, and the Instagram and TikTok page is Life is a Pod. I really do love hearing from you all, especially on your feedback about the pod. It helps the podcast become better and to grow. You can also follow myself on my personal Instagram and TikTok at Misty's World 2022. You can also find a link tree to everything in all the social medias pages, bios that I've mentioned above. This is where you can also locate the podcast website and the Patreon that we have too for the podcast, which is also Life is a Podcast. You can show your love and support to the podcast by donating to the pod. You could donate by clicking the support link in the show notes in every episode. If you're listening to the audio format in the apps like the podcast website, for example, or Apple/iTunes Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music. Those are just a few I think of off the top of the bat. But if you're listening to YouTube, just disregard the first one. Subscribe it to the pod on the podcast website or by hitting the payment button in the link tree below. Or you can subscribe to Patreon and become a member. And not only are you guys donating to the podcast and helping us grow, but you are also going to get behind the scene content by subscribing to the podcast Patreon. When you make a donation, no matter how big or small it may be, I will give you guys a shout out on the episode of the podcast. But if you're not into shout-outs, though, then it's okay. I could give someone a message on an episode of the podcast instead. I could do messages such as, for example, proposals, wedding proposals, give someone the bad news that you want a divorce. Or I could tell someone to pick up their goddamn clothes off the floor. No matter what it is you choose, it will be personal for you as a very, very small thank you for helping the podcast become better. Please make all donations through family and friends, though. All donations will go 100% towards the podcast only. For example, it could go towards paying subscription costs for either the programs I use to edit the podcast, audio, and videos on, or towards the website subscription if I need any new equipment for the pod, or it could go towards traveling expenses to go interview guests to be in the podcast. On this episode, we have a song of the episode. And the song of the episode today is Love Song by Sarah Bareilles. It's just a fun song to listen to. And honestly, I forgot about it until I was doing this podcast note. So I hope you guys all enjoy it and remember that song too. Thank you for listening to this episode and all episodes. I'll talk to you all in the next episode.